we're going to start on our backs in our neutral position, with our knees bent, feet on the floor, and our curve under our lower back. Just taking some nice deep breaths in through the nose, out through a pursed lip. Breathing in and out. So as you're taking your nice deep breaths in and out, remember to think about those torches on your hips, keeping them nice and level. Imagine the torches are shining up parallel to one another onto the ceiling. Relaxed in the upper body, so your shoulders are away from the ears, chest is nice and open. Keeping the weight evenly placed through your feet, so big toe, little toe, and heel. And just start to gently tighten through your tummy. From here, as you breathe out, I want to tuck your pelvis under, so you're flattening your lower back into the mat. Take a deep breath in to stay. Exhale to release out to neutral. So we're tucking under to flatten, holding that flat back position, releasing out to neutral. Exhale to tuck under, breathing in to hold. Exhale out. So trying to get a really nice flat back position as you're tucking under. You're trying to use just your pelvis and your tummy muscles to move. So if you can, just avoid squeezing your bottom. On this next one, we're going to hold our flat back position. So as you tuck under, we're holding there. Keep that flat back nice and strong. We're going to start to tighten in the pelvic floor. So as you breathe out, you're tightening all the way in with the pelvic floor. Inhale to release. Exhale to tighten. Inhale to release. You're thinking of the sensation of stopping a wee mid-flow. Exhale, tighten. Inhale to release. So as you're tightening, you should feel as though your tummy muscles are working harder and that your back is flatter into the floor. Tightening in and release. We're going to halve this contraction. So now we're going 50% tightening in the pelvic floor. As you exhale, inhale to release. So we still want to keep our upper body nice and relaxed. So think shoulders away from the ears, chest is nice and open. And if you're feeling really tense, just turn your palms up to the ceiling. Pull your tummy all the way down towards your spine. And keep that weight even through your feet. Remember, big toe, little toe, heel. We're halving one last time. So 20 to 25% tightening. This should feel more like a gentle lifting. Something that you could sustain throughout any exercise if you needed to. It's just working in the background. So your flat back position should feel nice and strong. You're using your tummy muscles and your pelvic floor to help you to stay there. We're going to bring both legs up into our tabletop position. We're going to go into toe taps, so tapping one toe down as you exhale. Inhale to lift, swap sides, tap down and lift. And lift. And lift. We're keeping our flat back position, so tighten the tummy. Use your pelvic floor. Relax those shoulders. And you're taking nice deep breaths. Got two more on each side. Last one each side. And we hug those knees into the chest. From there, we're going to go onto our hands and knees to stretch out through our back. So you're taking your hands under your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. You've already got a nice tightening through the tummy. As you breathe out, I want you to tuck the pelvis under. So we start to curve in the back. Arching the spine, the head drops. Take a nice deep breath in to stay. Exhale to release back out to neutral. The pelvis goes first, work through the spine and the head lifts. We're tucking under to curve. Arching the back. Dropping the head. We hold, breathe in. Exhale, take the pelvis back to your start position. Working through the spine. Lifting the head. So we want to get lots of movement through the spine. You're working into each section, piece by piece. And if there are any areas that feel really stiff or sore, just take your time to move through them. Getting lots of movement through the back. So as we're curving through the spine, you're going to pull your belly button all the way in. Then as you return to your start position, think shoulders are away from the ears. Got two more here. Tucking under to curve. Arching the back. Dropping the head. We hold. Releasing out through the spine. To lift the head. So the last one here. Tucking under to curve. Arching the spine, drop the head, deep breath in, and then we'll release out. Then we stretch back into our shell stretch. Bottom to the feet, reach those arms out in front. Then we're going on to our sides. As you lay on your side, take your legs one on top of the other, knees bent. As you rest your head down, you can use a pillow or something here. Take the arms out nice and long and in front of you, and your hands are palm to palm. So we're going to lift the top arm up so that your fingertips point to the ceiling. From here, take the head with you as you start to twist to the opposite wall. Hold in there, take a nice deep breath in. Exhale to lift the arm back up and over, bring the head with you. As you come back down, palm to palm. Lifting the top arm up, fingertips point to the ceiling. Take the head with you, start to twist towards the opposite wall. We're holding here to stretch. Before lifting up and over, to come back down, palm to palm. So we want to keep the legs glued together and grounded, so this twist is coming through your waist. Just breathing as and when you need to, making sure that you're not holding your breath at any point. So nice deep breaths in and out. The arm reaches long, so stretching from the fingertips all the way into your armpits. Looking at the hand for as long as you can with your head, so that you know you're keeping a good range of movement through your neck. You have 2 more on this side. This is your last one on this side, lifting up, reaching with those fingers. Looking at your hands, stretching over, we hold, controlling back up and over, coming down to your start position. From here we're changing sides, so you can either roll over to face the other wall, or just switch the side that you're laying. Same position, so take the legs one on top of the other, resting the head down, arms along, palm to palm. The top arm is lifting up, fingertips point to the ceiling. Taking the head with you, you're twisting towards the opposite wall. Holding there, take a stretch before lifting back up and over. Bring the head with you to come down, palm to palm. Top arm lifts, fingertips to the ceiling. Take the head with you, twisting towards the opposite wall. Holding there to stretch before lifting up and over. Bring the head with you, come back down, palm to palm. So remember, you're keeping those legs nice and grounded, glued together. Stretching all the way from the fingertips to the armpits, keeping the arm as long as you possibly can. You're looking at your hand as much as you can to maintain a good range of movement through the neck. Doesn't matter here if you have a different range of movement on one side than the other. Just keep working to where you can with your body. Breathe. So you shouldn't be holding your breath at any point. You've got 2 more here. This is your last one. We're reaching up, fingertips to the ceiling. Take the head, open out through the chest. We hold. Come back up and over. down to your start position. From here, we're just going to roll onto our back and take a nice full body stretch. So reach those arms and legs out long. Then we bend the knees, place the feet on the floor. Making sure that your knees stay in line with your hips, so don't let them knock in or splay out. And to begin with, just have your hands resting down beside you. We're doing the same beginning sit-ups that we've done all week, okay? So you're really neutral, you've got a curve under your lower back. We take a nice deep breath in to nod the head, chin to chest. Exhale to lift the shoulders from the floor, reach those arms nice and long. We're taking a deep breath in here to stay. Exhale to control back down. Chin to chest. Lifting the shoulders, reaching the arms. We hold. Control back down. So it's your tummy muscles that are lifting you. So you need to pull your belly button all the way down. You've got a chin to chest position here to keep the neck as relaxed as you possibly can. So big nod of the head, then we tighten the tummy to lift. Reaching the arms long, get the shoulders away from the ears. Breathe, you should not be holding your breath here. We're taking 2 more here, then we'll change the arms. Chin to chest. Lifting the shoulders and reaching the arms. We hold. Control back down. Last one. Chin to chest. Lift the shoulders, reach the arms. We hold. Control back down. From here, the arms are coming across your chest. So each hand is on the opposite shoulder. Your movement stays the same. Breathe in to nod. Exhale to lift. We're holding here. Control back down. Chin to chest. Lifting the shoulders. Hold. Control back down. Just take a moment to make sure that your shoulders are staying relaxed. They shouldn't have lifted up to the ears just because you moved your arms. They're down and away. Keep using your chin to chest position. Make sure you're tightening your pelvic floor. Two more here. Chin to chest. Tighten the tummy to lift. We hold. Control back down. Last one, then we change the hands again. Chin to chest. Lifting the shoulders. We hold. Control back down. So from here, your hands are going one on top of the other. You're placing them either onto your forehead, or if your neck is still come behind your head for support. Remember, it's behind your head, not on the neck. Again, we take a breath in to nod. Exhale to lift. Breathing to hold. Exhale to control back down. Chin to chest. Lifting the shoulders. We hold. Control back down. So just make sure that you're still using your chin to chest position, even if your hands are behind the head for support. Tummy is nice and tight and you're using the pelvic floor. Making sure that your elbows are wide. Keep your chest open. Think shoulders are down. You've got 2 more here. Last one, chin to chest. Lifting the shoulders, we hold. Control back down. Hug those knees in towards your chest. If your neck is sore, shake your head from side to side. We're going to be changing onto our fronts here. If you need to grab a drink, then have one before you change position. So laying onto your front, your legs are nice and long, quite close together. Bring your hands mat width apart, the same way we started each day this week. Mat width apart in line with your ears, looking down to the floor. We're taking a nice deep breath in to prepare. As you exhale, you're pushing your nose forwards, lifting your head and your chest. Keep the forearms down. Take a deep breath in to stay. Exhale to control back down to the floor. Push the nose forwards, lift your head and your chest. We hold. Control back down. So we want to be working every muscle in the legs, from your feet all the way into your bottom. If at any point those legs or feet start to cramp, we tuck those toes under to lengthen out the back of your legs. Pulling the tummy all the way in. So your bottom and your tummy are working together to keep your back nice and strong. We're thinking shoulders are down. Chest is nice and open. Breathe. We have 2 more here. Push the nose forwards. Lift the head and the chest. We hold. Control back down. Last one. Push the nose forwards. Lift the head and the chest. We hold. Control back down. From here, your arms are going to come long and beside the legs. So we're going to take a nice big roll back of your shoulders as you breathe in. Exhale to reach the arms back, lifting your chest from the floor. Take a deep breath in to stay. Exhale to control back down. Roll the shoulders back. Reach and lift. We hold. Control back down. So you still need to work up the back of the legs and into the bottom, pulling the tummy in. The roll of your shoulders is there to take them away from your ears, to open up through your chest. Nice deep breaths. Two more here. Last one, rolling back. Reach and lift. We hold. Control back down. We're just going to push ourselves back into our shell stretch, bottom to the feet. Reach those arms out in front. And from here, we're going to go onto our backs for the 100. The same as I've done every day this week, I'll talk you through what we're doing, and then we'll all go together. We're going to do exactly the same 100 as we did yesterday. So find a nice, strong, flat back position. We're going to be really tucked under. There's no gap under the lower spine. As your legs lift, we're going to come into a lengthened position. So as you're lifting your legs up, it doesn't matter here if you need to keep a bend in the knees. It would be better for you to have a position that you can sustain through the whole exercise and have them long to begin with and then have to come down halfway through. From here, if your neck is still, leave your head resting down. If not, then we nod the head and lift the shoulders, and your arms will be long with the palms facing the floor. So you're going to be moving your arms up and down for 100 repetitions. Nice and strong. It'll be 5 as you breathe in, 5 as you breathe out. And I'll count it like this. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. From there, we're going to place both hands behind your head for support. We're going into 2 sets of 8, sitting up towards your legs. Once we finish those, the head rests down, the arms come down beside you. We're going to crisscross the legs for 2 sets of 8. So if your legs are slightly bent, it will just be the lower leg that will crisscross, but it's exactly the same action. From there, we're going to hug the knees in and then come into a full body stretch. Okay, so we'll go all together. I'll count you through everything so that you know what's going on. Tuck under, find a really strong flat back position. From there, bring those legs up and we lengthen. Nod the head, lift the shoulders, take those arms nice and long, palms face the floor. And we inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Coming in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pelvic floor, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Halfway, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Coming in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 more, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Staying here, hands come behind your head. We're going into sit-ups. Come up for 8, 7, 6, breathe, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 8 more. 8, 7, 6. Tummies in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest the upper body down. Bring the arms beside you. We crisscross for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last set. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax there. Hug those knees in. Then bring yourself straight into a nice full body stretch. Give those legs a little shake out if you need to. From here, we're coming into a seated position. Grab a drink if you need one. So just sitting up, take the knees bent, feet on the floor. And we're going to bring our arms nice and long, shoulder height in front of us. Sit as tall as you possibly can. If this position is really uncomfortable, get a cushion or something underneath your bottom. As you breathe out, pull your tummy in to curve your back. Start to lean away from your legs, curving the spine. We're going no further than halfway. Holding there, take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, pull that tummy in, lift yourself up and over. Inhale to sit nice and tall through the spine. We curve and lean away. Holding there. We're lifting up and over. Inhale to sit nice and tall through the spine. So tummy is working really hard to curve and lean you back. to hold you there for that moment, really pulling in to give you that lift up and over. You reset the spine. Sitting tall, get your shoulders away from your ears as you curve and lean away. Making sure that you're really sitting tall through the spine before we begin to curve again. Nice deep breath. So you shouldn't be holding your breath at any point. Try and get nice and tightened through the pelvic floor so that you can work deep into those lower tummy muscles. Getting nice and strong. We've got 2 more here. Curve and lean away. Lifting up and over. Restacking. We've got 1 more here. Curve and lean away. Holding there. Come up and over. Reset the spine. Sit nice and tall. From there, for our stretch, we're going to bring the soles of the feet together. So your knees are wide, your hips are nice and open. Just take hold of the feet and lean yourself forwards. If you want to increase that stretch, push your elbows into your legs, just leaning further forwards. Good. From here, we're going to take the legs out nice and long. We're going to lay ourselves back down onto the floor. So we're going into our roll-up movement. If you usually use something underneath your lower back, a towel or a pad or something, then grab it and place it underneath. If not, you're in a neutral position with your spine. Your legs are long and you're flexing your feet. So you need to push your toes up towards your face, and that will help to ground the legs. Your arms are resting down beside you. We're taking a nice deep breath in to nod the head. Exhale, we're lifting our shoulders from the floor, and you're lifting as high as you can go. If that's halfway, that is where you stay. But if you can, you're lifting yourself all the way up and over, reaching for those toes. Take a deep breath in to stay wherever it is that you're lifted to. Then as you breathe out, you're controlling yourself down through the spine to release back onto the floor. So chin to chest. Lift the shoulders to come up and over. Stretching forwards towards those toes if you're all the way up. Control back down. So it doesn't matter if you're lifting halfway. Just keep it nice and small. Arms are really long. I'd rather you were lifting just halfway and you were lifting well than you pushing into the floor with your elbows or grabbing hold of your legs. So just think of those arms staying away from the legs as you lift and reach. Pull the tummy all the way down. That's what's lifting you. As long as that's working, it doesn't matter how high you're coming up. Use your breath. If you're pushing that exhale out, it will help to give you more momentum as you're lifting from the floor. We're going to concentrate on the downward phase of the movement like we did yesterday. So if you are able to come all the way up and over, we stretch forwards past those toes, so you're getting into the back of those legs. On your way down, you're going to slow it down. So as slow as you can move is how you're going to come back down to the floor. Really working your tummy, concentrating on getting each section of your back down, piece by piece. Reaching forwards to those toes, drop the head to increase the stretch. Then nice and slow, pull the tummy in. Exhale. You're controlling down, really pulling in, working through each part of your back, piece by piece, release to the floor. Still going to control down even if you're lifting halfway. So you'll hold for that stretch, reach the arms, and just slow it down as you return to the floor. Remember to use your chin to chest position, keeping that neck nice and relaxed. Flexing the feet is going to help you to ground those legs. Nice and slow on the way down. Get the shoulders away from the ears. You've got 2 more of these. Drop the head as you stretch forwards. Deep breath in. Slowly coming down. Taking your time. Tighten the tummy. Slower, even slower. Breathe. Got 1 more here. Relax those shoulders. So this is your last one on the way down. So nice and slow. Pull that tummy in. Really control. Go slower. Even slower. Tighten the tummy. And relax. Take a nice full body stretch. Really reach through the arms and the legs. If your neck is sore, just shake the head from side to side. Good, really nice. Well done. From here, we're going to find a nice flat back position. Tucking under, losing that gap under the lower spine. Your legs are going to lift. We're going back to our lengthened position, same as we had for the 100. Remember that if you need to, you slightly bend the knees. Keep the legs comfortable so that you can continue throughout the exercise. Arms are reaching up towards the ceiling, so your fingertips are lifted. From here, as you breathe out, you're going to nod your head, lift your shoulders so you look to your knees, and reach your hands up towards your feet. Inhale to come back down. Exhale, we're lifting up. Reach to the feet. Inhale down. So even if your legs are slightly bent, you're reaching up and long. Look to the knees. Exhale, reach. And back down. If you need to support your head, 1 hand behind, 1 hand reaches. You're still coming through the center, remember. Keeping your flat back strong. Your tummy and your pelvic floor are working. You've got 2 more here. Lifting up. And down. This is your last one. We're lifting up. And down. Relax. Hug those knees in. Good. We're going to stay in our flat back position. Tucking under. Again, we're going to lengthen those legs. Keeping those toes pointed. Hands are going to be beside the legs. If your neck is sore, leave your head down. If not, we nod the head and lift the shoulders. So we've got one leg travelling down, a pulse as you breathe out. So we're coming down down and lift. Swap sides. And lift. And lift. Longer lift. Your top leg can be bent, the bottom leg is still reaching out long. Down, down and lift. Doesn't matter how high or low your leg is travelling, we want a little pulse though. Down, down and lift. Pull the tummy down, tighten the pelvic floor. And lift. Down, down and lift. Down, down and lift. 2 more each side. And then what we're going to do is change those feet from pointed to flexed. Last one each side. Down, down and lift. Down, down and lift. Flex the feet, same thing. Down, down and lift. And lift. So here you should feel it working more down the back of your leg as you're pushing your toes down to your face and your heel up to the ceiling. Still keeping the length in the leg you move. Doesn't matter if the lifted leg is bent. Longer lift. Longer lift. Longer lift. 2 more each side. Down, down and lift. And lift. 1 more each side. Down, down and lift. Down, down and lift. Relax. Hug those knees in. Shake the head from side to side. Well done, really good job. Bring your feet back down to the floor. This time you want to make sure that your knees are in line with your hips. We're in neutral now, so you can take a curve underneath the lower back. From here, we take a nice deep breath in. As you breathe out, squeeze your bottom. Press into your feet and drive your hips up, nice and high. Take a deep breath in to stay. Exhale to come back down. Squeeze and lift. We're holding there. Control back down. You don't need to roll through the spine. You're just going to squeeze to drive straight up as high as you can go. You're holding there. Then control that lowering down to the mat. We want to make sure that your weight is evenly placed to your feet. So big toe, little toe, and heel. Keep the tummy pulled down. Stops the rib cage and the chest from pushing up and out. As you're in your lifted position, you're holding, think of pushing your knees away from you, and that should help to stretch down the front of your legs. Nice deep breaths. Shouldn't be holding your breath at any point. Relax those shoulders. So if they're feeling really tense, just turn your palms up to the ceiling. Tighten the pelvic floor. If you can make sure that is working as you lift your hips up, we're going to really strengthen those lower tummy muscles. You've got 2 more here. And your last one, we're going to hold our lifted position. This is your last one here. So squeeze and lift. So we're going to keep the squeeze in the bottom to make sure those hips are as high as they possibly can be. From here, keeping that lift, you're going to squeeze those inner thighs in together and release. Squeezing in and release. Keep the hips high, it's just the legs that are moving. Squeezing in and release. Push together. Release. Breathe. Tummy is tightened. Use your pelvic floor. 4 more here. Push. Release. Push. Release. 2 more. Push. Release. Push. Release. Last one. Push. Release. Check those hips are as high as they possibly can. Before you then control down to the spine, onto the floor. Take those legs long and give them a shake. Well done. From here, we're going on to our fronts. Grab a drink if you need one. So we're going to do the same exercise on our fronts that we did yesterday. So to begin with, we're going to be nice and relaxed in the upper body. You can rest your head down onto the floor or onto your arms. I just want you to make sure that your shoulders are away from your ears. So you can have your arms wherever works for you. From here, we're going to be lifting one leg up from the floor, keeping the hip down so the hip doesn't lift. That leg comes back down, and you're swapping sides, lifting up and down, lifting up and down. So it's nice and controlled. There's small movements, working up the back of the legs into the bottom and just gently tightening in your tummy. Breathe. And remember, the shoulders are relaxed. So you can move your arms around at any point if you need to. You've got 2 more on each side. One more on each side. Now we're going to lift and lower both legs together. So both legs will lift up and down. Lift up and down. Lift. So increase the work in your tummy. Keep squeezing the bottom. Lift and down. Breathe. Two more here. Now you can relax the legs. We're going to work on the arms. Bring your arms out long and in front of you and look down to the floor. As you look down to the floor, start to bend your elbows until your shoulders are away from your ears. Doesn't matter if your arms are really bent or if they're really long or somewhere in between, as long as you're comfortable and relaxed through the upper body. From here, we're lifting one arm, your head and your chest from the floor, all in line. We come back down and we swap sides. We're lifting up and down. Breathe and down. Up and down. So making sure you're not leaning into the side, you're all in line. Now that your chest is lifting from the floor, really make sure you're squeezing your bottom, pulling the tummy in. And if at any point those shoulders feel tense, you're just bending a little bit more through the arms. 2 more each side. Last one each side, but we keep the arms in the same position. So from here we're lifting and lowering both arms together. Both arms, the head and the chest. Up and down. Up and down. Lifting up and down. So same thing, squeeze the bottom. Pull the tummy in. Breathe. We're going to add the legs in as well. So both legs lift as you lift the upper body. If this hurts through your lower back, Just stick with either the arms or the legs. Breathe. Shoulders stay relaxed. Two more here. And relax. Push yourself back into our shell stretch position. Bottom to the feet. Reach those arms out in front. And then just creep your fingertips a little bit further forwards. And then from there we're going to come onto our hands and knees. You're bringing your hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. We've got that tummy already nice and tightened. As you breathe out, take opposite arm and leg nice and long, and we lift. Deep breath in to stay. Exhale to control back down. We're swapping sides. Reach long and lift. We hold. Control back down. So we want to make sure we've got a long line from the tips of the fingers to the ends of the toes. So it doesn't matter how high or low your arm and your leg are moving. What we want is that long line. So straighten as much as you can through the elbow and the knee. From the tummy to pull all the way in. So you have a long line through your back and your balance is staying nice and strong. Keeping those hands underneath your shoulders will also help with your balance. If they start to creep too far in front of you, you'll feel really wobbly as you start to lift away from the floor. Remember to breathe. We've got two more on each side, then we'll add some movement in. Reach long and lift. Holding. Control back down. Last time on each side, reach long and lift. Hold. Control back down. Last time, reach long and lift. Hold. Control back down. So here we're adding some more movement in. So again, we're going to reach out nice and long and lift. From here, we're going to twist the arm and the leg outwards, come back in and down to the floor, swapping sides, reach long and lift. The arm and the leg are going to twist, your body stays still, back to the centre and down. I'll show you face on so you can see how my body stays still. So reach long and lift. The body stays still, it's just the arm and the leg that move. Come back in and down. Reach long and away, lift. The body is still, the arm and the leg move away, in and down. Keep taking nice deep breaths. Doesn't matter how big or small that opening out of the arm and the leg is. They're coming away from each other and you're working to open out through the shoulder and the hip sockets. Your tummy is still tightened. You're taking nice deep breaths. Open out. In and down. Two more on each side. Long and lift. Coming out. In and down. Last time on each side. Long and lift. Out. In and down. Last time, long and lift. Come out, in and down. Relax there and roll through those wrists. Good, staying on our hands and knees. This time we're going to tuck our toes under. If your wrists feel sore, bring yourself down onto your forearms, relaxing them, give them a rest. You're just a little closer to the floor. As you breathe out, pull the tummy all the way in. Press into the hands and the feet. Lift those knees off, just an inch or so from the floor. Inhale down. Exhale to lift. Inhale down. Lifting up. And down. So if you're on your forearms, it's the same movement. You'll just lower to the ground. Lifting up. And down. Keep that head looking forwards. Don't let the head drop, which will add tension to your neck. Look past those fingertips. Lift and down. 4 more here. Lift and down. Lift and down. 2 more. Lifting up and down. Last one. Lift up and down. Relax there, roll through those wrists. So we're going to go into our planks. We're going to do it quite similar to how we did yesterday with the downward dog position first, just to really stretch out down the back of the legs. To bring your hands slightly in front of you, knees slightly further away. You can be on your forearms to rest those wrists, you'll just be lower to the ground. Tucking those toes under. So remember, if you're slippy on your mat, come onto the floor where you can grip a little bit more. We're going to push the bottom up nice and high into your downward dog. Whilst you're here, I want you to just walk through those feet. So you're just increasing the stretch down the back of your leg. Just do a few of those, whatever feels nice and comfortable for you. Then you're going to tuck your bottom under, coming into your long plank position. Hold here for your breath in and out. Put those knees down. When you're ready, go again. Pushing up into that downward dog. Walk through the feet. Breathe. When you're ready, tuck under with the bottom. Come into that long line. Squeeze your bottom. Pull your tummy in. Breathe in and out. Put those knees down. If you're on your forearms, the same movement. Push the bottom up. Walk through those feet. Tucking under into your plank, you may need to adjust the arms. Holding there, breathe in and out. Coming back down. Just take this in your own time. Use that time to walk through the feet if you need to. Really stretching out. You can adjust those hands as you come forwards. Breathe in and out. Knees come down. We're going to do 2 more here. Pushing up. Breathe. Walk through those feet. Keep the legs close together. Tucking under. Adjust the hands. Breath in and out. Squeeze that bottom. Knees down. Last one here. Pushing up. Walking through those feet. Tucking under, finding your plank, breathe in and out, knees come down, relaxing there, roll the wrists. Nice deep breaths, control that breathing. Then we come into our stretch. So remember, you can stand up for this if you need to. I'll stay kneeling, so I'm still in the shot. Rolling those shoulders back. Still take nice deep breaths. Rolling forwards. Control. Then we come into our stretch, nice and long with the arms. We're lifting up. We're stretching over, really lean. Come back to the center. Lift up. Stretch over. One more time each side, we're lifting up and over. Back to the centre, last time, lift up and over. Relaxing there, that's class over, thank you very much.